Hey, St. Paul members and friends. Welcome to our second installment of Advent Fireside Storytime. We are recording this week's edition to just see if we can get these really special videos, these special story times to a few more people. We had a lot of requests from people last week who wanted to be able to share these videos with their kids and grandkids via email. So we're trying it this way this week. It's going to be posted to the Facebook page and in your email, so share it as you will. I continue to enjoy this. You can hear my dog Hank, who made an appearance in last week's video, chewing his food. So this, in its own unique way, continues to be an interspecies Advent story time, which of course is a delight because we remember the animals that were a part of the Advent story in the first place. We continue our Advent theme of reading stories about the Christmas season and about the meaning of Christmas that encompass diversity. And that tell us a story about all of those people for who the good news of this season is truly for, which of course is all people. No matter how you look, who you are, where you're from, what language you speak, who you love, how you love, your ability level, this good news at this time of year is for you. And today's very special story is a story called The Night of Las Posadas. And I said a little bit about the story or the tradition of Las Posadas in worship this morning. And there's a little bit in the Advent newsletter about what this story is about and my Courier article. So I'll let you look some of that up in the spirit of saving a little bit of time. But this story is written by Tommy de Pola, and it is The Night of Las Posadas. And so Hank has returned for Advent story time. So let us enjoy together The Night of Las Posadas. In a little village, high in the mountains above Santa Fe, preparations for Las Posadas had been going on for weeks. Sister Angie was so proud. Her niece Lupe and Lupe's new husband Roberto had been chosen to portray Maria and Jose, Mary and Joseph. Sister Angie had been in charge of Las Posadas for years and years. It was she who trained the singers who followed Maria and Jose as they made their way around the plaza in old Santa Fe, and finally into the courtyard of the Palace of Governors, where an empty manger waited for the birth of the Holy Child. Now, Sister Angie said, speaking to the two men who would play the devils, here's a picture of what your faces are going to look like. She wanted to make sure they knew how to paint their faces with black eyebrows and beards, and that their red satin costumes were just right, especially the red capes and red caps with pointy red horns. The devil would snarl and hiss as he tried to keep Maria and Jose from finding shelter. The plaza was so big that two devils were needed to rush from balcony to balcony without being seen by the crowd. Sister Angie always made the costume for Maria and Jose herself. Blue and white for Maria, brown for Jose. Stand still, she told Roberto. Lupe, I hope he isn't as fidgety at home. Oh no, Tia Angie. He's just nervous about being Jose. Ah, well, Sister Angie said, let's just go to the church and look at Maria and Jose. They will give you inspiration, Roberto. Miguel Oviedo, the Santero maker, had made a beautiful carving of Maria and Jose for the golden jubilee of Sister Angie the year before. 50 years as a sister. Father Vasquez had put the carving in a place of honor in the church. As Christmas drew near, it was moved near the altar rail. They stood, looking up at Maria and Jose on their way to Bethlehem. Just think of the carving and try to look like them, Sister Angie told them. I will, promised Roberto. At least we don't have to worry about Burro. Las Posadas didn't have a burro in the procession. Maria and Jose walked. The burro had only made problems, so they had stopped using one years ago. And a burro is a donkey, as you can see in the picture here. I like donkeys. Finally, it was the night of Las Posadas, and Sister Angie came down with the flu. There's no way you can go tonight, the doctor told her. Walking in all that cold weather, and they say that snow is coming. They will just have to get along without you this year. For the first time, Sister Angie would not be at Las Posadas. Don't worry, Tia, Lupe told her. We will make you proud this evening. In the streets leading to the plaza, men were busy putting farolitos in place. They would be lit as soon as it got dark. So those are like the luminaries that we light at Christmas Eve. Wood for the bonfire was stacked in the courtyard just off the plaza, ready to be set ablaze when Maria and Jose entered. Well, one of the men said, it looks as if it will be a white Christmas. Snow is on the way. Even as he spoke, flakes drifted down, but a little snow never stops Las Posadas. Up in the village, the singers, the candle bearers, and the devils piled into their cars. They wanted to get down the mountain before the snow, which was beginning to fall heavily. Do you have the music? Where's my guitar? Wait, I forgot my gloves and earmuffs. I'm so nervous. It's a good thing you're not Maria. You'd faint. My. I hope my voice is loud enough. I've never sung the devil before. It was the same every year. Sister Angie looked out her window. Yes, she wiped away a tear as she saw Roberto's old pickup pull up outside. Lupe and Roberto got out and rang the doorbell. They wanted Sister Angie to see their costumes. Ah, Maria and Jose, you look wonderful. If I had my way, I'd offer you shelter right here. Now give me a kiss and be off. Roberto and Lupe were the last to leave the village. Roberto's pickup had been acting up lately, and the deep snow didn't help. A sudden skid, and the motor died. What to do? I'll walk ahead to see if I can get some help, Roberto told Lupe. Wrap up, and I'll be back before you know it. Down in the town, everyone had gathered. The snow had tapered off and was falling gently. The farolitos were lit. The plaza looked magical. Where are Lupe and Roberto? Father Vasquez asked. It's almost time to start. The guitars were tuned, the horn player had warmed up, the singers were ready. Even the devils were ready. But no Roberto and Lupe. And everyone knows that you can't have Las Posadas without Maria and Jose. Suddenly down the street came a young couple. The man was leading a burro, carrying a young woman. We are friends of Sister Angie, the man said. Roberto and Lupe are stuck in the snow on the mountain road, so we have come to take their place. We know what to do, and we thought our burro could be in the procession too. My wife is going to have a baby, and it would be better for her to ride. Let's go then, Father Vasquez said gratefully. The candlebearers led the way, followed by Maria and Jose. The musicians followed, and then came the singers, out into the plaza. Everyone knew their part, even the burro. They stopped at the first door. Oh, let the holy couple in. Give them shelter. Let Maria rest so that the Holy Child can be born, they sang. Jose knocked with his staff. Maria looked down from the burro and smiled sweetly. But the devil appeared. No, don't let them in, he sang. Look at them, how poor, how wretched. They have no money. The crowd booed and shouted. The procession moved on, knocking on one door after another. Sometimes the devil popped out at them, and the crowd booed even louder. And sometimes they knocked, and no one answered. It was one of the most beautiful Las Posadas ever held. Even the young woman playing Maria was about to be a mother just like the mother of the Holy Child. Perfect. They reached the gates to the courtyard. Once more they sang, asking to be let in. This time no devil. The gates opened wide. The bonfire blazed and everyone rushed in. A little pushing and shoving, but that was all right. Everyone wanted to be near the manger. Well, you certainly saved Las Posadas, Father Vasquez said, turning to thank the young couple who had taken Lupe and Roberto's place. But they were nowhere to be seen. Maybe they didn't know that they were to sit in the special place near the empty manger. Father Vasquez, we are so sorry to be late. It was Lupe and Roberto, calling out as they rushed into the courtyard. Did we ruin everything? No, no, Father Vasquez said. Sister Angie's friends were here. They led the procession, but now I can't find them. Go quickly and sit by the manger. What friends? Lupe whispered to Roberto. Sister Angie woke with a start. Las Posadas would be over. Everyone would be having their hot chocolate and cookies. The villagers would be back in an hour or two. I hope Lupe and Roberto did well, she thought. Sister Angie was feeling so much better. She looked out of the window. The snow had almost stopped. Drifts covered the rooftops and the street below. I'll just go over to the church and light a candle, she said to herself. She bundled up and put the key to the church in her pocket. Sister Angie crossed the street and stood